All right, everybody, you are listening to Dash Radio. Today on Dash Hip Hop X, we got Dom P. I always see it say Dom P of Trillville, but I'm just going to go with Dom P today because we're going to put some respect on your name today,
straight
man.
Up. It's only one Dom P, bro. You feel me?
Exactly. Yeah. But I went to Instagram and I saw some other cat, but he looked too young, and I was like, that can't be him.
Yeah.
Not that, like, we're the same age, you know what I mean?
Right.
He looked like a Tik Tok cat, and I was like, nah, that's not Dom P.
You know what's crazy, though? Like Tik Tok has like taken over the Trillville catalog. It's like so weird.
Really?
Yeah, bro. Like they be doing.
Wait, did Tik Tok bring the Trillville joints back?
Yeah, really.
Hell
they did,
yeah.
bro. They did because they started just doing like hella TikToks for like never ever, and they started doing hella TikToks for of course some cut.
I can
of
see
course,
that
with
getting
the bed
TikTok
squeak,
like crazy,
going crazy, bro. Straight
Man,
up.
we got.
So I respect it. I respect it.
Yeah, shout out to TikTok.
Yeah.
I've been telling people like us older generation. You know, when we were younger, I remember when y'all were coming out. I remember when like E40 did My Ghetto Report Card. We had Cassidy. I remember the old heads in my life were like, man, this isn't hip hop. Like, even when I was playing them Lil Scrappy in Trillville, they were like, nah, man, I grew up off that, like, yo, I'm thinking of a master plan.
Right.
And I almost feel like we naturally have that same kind of block with, like, TikTok. We were like, nah, man, it's corny, little 12-second videos.
Yeah.
But, dude, them kids on TikTok, they're working.
Yeah, no,
that shit is a full-time job.
Yeah, they kicking ass, man.
I try to maintain a TikTok account, and salute to you young cats, because that's like a job, 4 hours a day.
Yeah.
You got to take an hour or two to make videos, and another hour or two to respond to videos.
Yeah, it's a real job.
Yeah.
It's a real job, for sure.
But you've seen it, man. So everybody knows Dom P here is different if I was to speak to an artist who just had a moment, but you created your moment. Like, if I know your story correctly, you put a little group together in high school, right?
Yeah.
Like, you found Trillville.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I put the whole group together. I was a producer. I was a producer making beats out of my mama's house. You know what I'm saying? And then I just was looking for anybody to just rap off my beats. I just wanted to hear somebody on my beats.
Yep.
And then next thing you know, the Trillville just formed. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. And you like Diddy'd it. You were like the Diddy behind all that.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah,
like,
that's what I wanted to be like. I wanted to be like Diddy. I wanted to be like Master P, like Baby. You know what I'm saying? Like Lil Jon. Like those are my influences. Like for real. Like so, I was more like a CEO first, and then a producer. You know what I'm saying? And then rapper came like last. Because I didn't want to get left out. You know what I'm saying? When shit started, Vince was like, hey, shit, well, we about to do this. And I'm like, well, shit, I'm finna start rapping even more. Right?
He said, let me get some more of that pie.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely, man. So you started producing, right? I should have done, and kids, do your research before you come to work, but how much of the Trillville album did you produce versus like John and other people?
So I did I think I did half of the album. So I did Get On My Level, Never Ever Get On My Level.
You did never, man.
Yeah, I did Get On My Level.
Bro, that record, let's just stop at that moment.
Yeah.
Never, oh my, one of my best friends to this day, shout out my boy Mikey, Pretty Papes. We became friends in 8th grade because I heard his iPod going, na 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 na. I heard the beat and I was like, yo, you playing that Trillville.
Wow.
And we became, like, literally, that's one of my closest friends to high school at this point. And I remember the moment he was bumping your shit.
Wow.
That's one of the craziest records.
But that's the beauty about us putting this the classic album back out now, right?
Thank God, yeah.
Because now everybody can remember where they were when they heard these records. Like when you first see me, you was like, bro, you responsible for me getting in so many fights.
I know.
Because people remember every fight they got into our song. God. They remember the girl they was with. They remember who they friends was. Like they remember that exact moment when they were listening to our shit. Feel me?
Absolutely. And I'm so glad, that you guys, and shout out to Vince Phillips if he had any help with it, but you guys being able to put that out there on DSPs. Yeah. For me to be able to listen to some cut this morning on Spotify, rather than, traditionally I have to look it up on YouTube. YouTube doesn't let you skip and shit.
Right.
So, like, congrats on that, man.
Man, I appreciate it, man.
How long has this been? What? 10? No, more than 10 years.
It's been 15.
15 years, 15.
Right? Yeah, 17 years to be exact.
That's crazy. So I got to ask you, if you were to go back, is there anything you would have done differently in that moment when you guys, when never ever, I'd say some cut was probably a little bit higher.
Yeah. That was
So when that hit its peak, is there anything Dom P would have done differently if you could go back?
Not really, bro. I done lived a hell of a life, bro. You know what I'm saying? And even like let's just say even the mistakes I made, right?
Uh-huh.
Like I'm glad I made those mistakes because I learned from them. You feel what I'm saying?
They made you the man you are now.
Exactly. And I feel like if I didn't make those mistakes, then I might have would have made a bigger mistake later or another time. You see what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
I learned from the small mistakes to keep me from making a huge mistake. You see what I'm saying?
I like your perspective of that because, you know, like T-Pain, for example, talked about how he blew through like 30 million, 40 million,
right.
But the way he talks about it, it's very hopeful for me, somebody who, I blew through money. You know, I'm still blowing through money.
Right.
But when I see that, he's not sad about it. You know what I mean? You kind of like, you guys.
It's your tuition to getting rich.
Yeah.
Anytime you lose money or anytime you do something like that, it's your basically you paying your tuition for learning. So if you don't learn, then you just wasted that money.
Absolutely.
But if you learn from it, now you can make that and double it and triple it.
Yeah, and I feel like everybody goes broke. Like I'm T-Pain, shout out to you, but
no, everybody. I was just telling somebody, bro. Zaytoven literally almost made me lose my house, cause I'm a producer, right? So I'm at the top of the game, right?
Yeah,
so I'm
please
selling
elaborate,
beats, bro.
Yeah.
I'm selling beats for $5,000 a pop on the street, right? And then with the labels, I'm selling them for 75 to 10 bands. But you know with labels, they have it. I don't know if y'all remember Scratch Magazine, but I was like the top 15 producers on there. It was me, Soulja Boy was on there.
Yeah.
I think Soulja Boy was actually ahead of me at that time. Well, I probably was ahead of him. I can't remember. We'll go back and grab it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Wyclef was on there, Just
out.
Blaze, everybody, right? So I'm the top of the top. But you know the money from the labels when you sell a beat to like a major like Gucci Mane, Young Jock, or whatever like that, right? When I did beats for them type of people, you know, it take 4-5 months for the check to clip. So I'm on the street selling beats to independent artists for 5,000 cash, just cashing out 5 band, no less than 3. But I'm cashing out 5 band, right? So one time I came in there, dude came in there, he picked the beat. Oh, I love this beat. I was like, you know, I fuck with you. I do it for $3,500. He like, and I was like, damn, he must ain't got no money or something. He like, I just came from Zaytoven, man. I was like, okay. He was like, man, he only charged $500. I said, what?
Zaytoven, fuck the market up.
This when he had the shit. Look, this when he had the shit with Gucci and fucking OJ, right? So look, so I'm thinking he capping. I'm thinking he capping. I'm like, well, he capping like a motherfucker. I sent one of my other partners over there, right? He go over there, $500. I said, what? So I said, I'm going over there myself. I go over to Zaytoven house. Because I used to buy beats from other producers too, because I'm a rapper too. So sometimes I go over there. Zaytoven played me all these beats, and I'm gonna pick the best beat. And I picked the best beat Zaytoven had, right? This shit was all his shit was jam, but I picked the best beat. So then Zay was like, I'm waiting on the price. I'm looking at Zay like, what the price going? I want this one. I'm looking at him, I'm like, boy, if he say 500, he said, I was like, what's up? I was like, how much you gonna charge? He was like, nothing. It's free. I said, oh my God. I almost fell out my seat, bro. But I knew right then. I said, boy, that boy going places, bro.
He's fucking the economy up.
Yeah. He fucking,
supply and demand.
Right. He was such a good guy. I was like, he gonna go places, bro. That's a good dude. You know what I'm saying?
I talked to him in the pandemic, like 8 months ago. I was blessed to interview him, and Zaytoven basically was like really telling me about how he just believes in being a good human, and it was weird.
He is, bro.
Not like weird in a bad way. I'm not trying to knock you,
I know what
Zay,
you're saying.
I know what you're saying. Yeah. He emphasized being like a church-going man, a family man, and so many like that's what mattered to him.
Yeah,
not
for
going
real.
Platinum again and not wanting to actually help people.
No,
so
he's serious about it. Yeah. I was like, what?
But you're like, bro, come on.
But I ain't think about it at the time.
So
it was
how
a
did
recession.
that impact you?
It was a recession at the time. I ain't think about that. You know what I'm saying? So
housing
I had
market crash.
Yeah, everything was messed up. Wasn't no dope on the streets. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I figured it out later. Like, oh, he really was smart. You know what I'm saying?
He was ahead of the curve.
Yeah, he was ahead of the curve. Yeah.
So that's hilarious, bro. That's the quote of the day for me. How Zaytoven fucked up the
man. He almost made me go broke. For real,
man, fucking Zaytoven, man. Well, I got to get into Atlanta. So many different questions about the music scene then, the music scene now. But there's this thing I do, Don. I give every artist I interview an album.
Oh, shit.
I have a CD collection.
Wow.
And it's been like 5 years, I should say, to not exaggerate. I don't know what to do with these albums.
Right.
So I give artists an album that I feel like might been a big part of your life or might mean a lot to you. Yeah. I was gonna be super generic and just give you the Trillville, you know, like Best of Trill, you know, or what was it? Welcome to Trillville.
Yeah, Welcome to Trillville.
Welcome to Trillville, right? Or I was gonna give you something else, but I wanted to give you this because I felt like this probably played integral part in your like upcoming as a child, you know, or a youngin.
Shit.
I wanted to give you my original version of ATLiens. Because you know the way BME and the way you guys moved as a team really remind me of Dungeon Family.
Oh, definitely,
really
bro.
did, because you had Dungeon Family. For all the young cats who don't know, Dungeon Family is the team or the label behind Outkast,
Yes,
Goody
bro.
Mob, and
Bro, you
other
have no
acts as well.
idea, bro. Like, my heart dropped when you gave me this, bro.
Really,
Like,
bro?
no, like, real talk,
That's
bro.
yours to keep, man.
I'm gonna tell you why, bro. When I first got this CD, right? You gotta remember, I was young as hell. So when I first got this CD, so I had this CD in my, in my room. So one day, my mama coming in, she cleaned up the room. Opens the CD.
Yo, you gotta show the camera.
Opens the CD, sees the naked girl on the CD, bruh. Takes my CD and throws it away. My ATLiens Outkast CD when it first came, threw it away,
Wow.
bruh. And I was crushed, cuz I was crushed. She thought it was like some porn or some shit.
Yeah, I mean, all their
She was
albums
like,
had that.
yeah, look at that porn.
All the first
I was
5
like,
Outkast
yes,
joints you
bruh.
opened was a girl with
A naked girl on it, bro.
well endowed naked girl.
And she threw away my CD, bro. I got in trouble and everything. I was like, nah, it's Outkast.
And what's crazy is if she listens, Outkast was on the scale of what hip hop normally is. Outkast was very like enlightening.
They definitely was enlightening.
You know,
they
they were the first group. They had that one song, "You Need to Get Up, Get Out, and Get Something."
Yeah.
As a young kid in high school, "Get Up and Get Out" was the first time I was like, bro, what am I doing? Like, why am I not grinding?
They taught
like,
you something.
CeeLo is literally saying like, you can sit there and smoke weed all day, and I'm looking at my friends and that's what we're doing, and I'm like, damn, Outkast, you know.
Yeah.
So this was definitely a gem. And
that's crazy, bro. Like this, I ain't gonna lie, bro. This shit means something to me, bro.
Hey.
Like I ain't even bullshitting. This shit means something.
And you know,
to me.
that's why I said I was gonna give you, your album, and I'm like, nah, I was gonna give you like a little.
Well, I
John
have
John.
on DSP, so you know.
Yeah,
you don't need the CD no more.
No,
Everybody,
no.
just go stream
Trillville's
it.
out on DSP.
Trillville, Lil Scrappy, go.
We gotta
stream
introduce someone soon. We got Vince Phillips gonna join us soon. Everybody, so much ass. So
Yes, sir.
we gotta start with you. And Atlanta's gone through a lot of changes in my mind. I'm not from Atlanta. I've been out. Shout out to Isaac Hayes, Southside Dash. I've been to
yes, sir.
Atlanta. I've
Yes,
been there a
sir.
handful of times. Atlanta began kind of with Outkast, right?
Definitely.
And then there was kind of a lull, not necessarily a lull, but after like Stankonia, Outkast kind of had a break, and then they released the Love Box Speaker Below, or
Right.
the Love Below Speaker
and
Box.
that shit went diamond. Mhm.
Craziest album, right?
Yeah.
But after that, it seemed like Atlanta, and I'm sure there was artists who filled the gap, but there wasn't anybody in the front of hip hop from Atlanta until you guys.
Oh, definitely. No, definitely for sure. Like I always tell people, Outkast, Lil Jon, all of them were pushing the door. You know what I'm saying? They were pushing it open like, really
But
hard.
you were there with John. Like,
Yeah, of
to
course.
me, you were pushing the door.
But I mean,
with
you gotta
him.
remember, John was there like years before me.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I was just a kid. You know what I'm saying? With John. So that's why when I met John, that's why it was just such a surreal moment for me, because I had grew up listening to John.
But before you started working, well, I know he had like Bia, why
Yeah,
you
yeah, stuff
acting
like that,
Or
right.
is there more underground stuff?
Yeah,
too?
it was a lot of underground stuff, but I mean, John was kicking ass. But when we came, everything it was like a fucking like Avengers.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
right?
saying? It's like, Iron Man. I know you got your one Iron Man 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
But we finna come and make an Avengers movie.
Yeah.
And that's what we call the BME clique. You know what I'm saying? So we came and just kicked the door open, just some
Like,
young dudes
literally
going crazy, bruh.
So many different levels you guys hit on, and you, Bone Crusher, Scrappy.
Yeah.
We had Bo Hagen. You
Yeah,
remember
Bo Hagen. Hell yeah.
Bo Hagen had my favorite verse ever.
Who am I?
He said, "Who am I?
I'm
Bo Hagen, BME representing."
Yup.
He said,
Hey.
"Homie, who ain't
Hey.
as cold as a winter.
Yup.
Step away from the top." I remember Bo Hagen, wherever you are, he's still around, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Bo Hagen, shout out to you. But
Yeah.
you guys came out and reinvigorated Atlanta. And really, like, I don't want to say created a sound because 808 was there, but you guys
you're
created
right. No,
a
we
fucking
definitely
sound.
did. No, we did. No, you can say it.
So, did you guys know before these songs, you started working with John before Get Low, or was it after?
No, before.
Right?
Yeah.
Did you guys know you had it? Did you guys know, like, in these studio sessions, like when you made some cut or Get Low got cut, did you guys know, like, damn, we're going to fuck this game up?
Yeah, bro.
Or were you guys surprised?
No,
when it
we did.
happened?
No, we did.
Really?
Like, yeah, we did because you got to remember we had fans before we got to BME as well. So we were kicking ass on the underground scene. We already knew what everybody liked.
Trillville, right?
Trillville, yeah, Trillville and Scrappy.
Okay.
So
Scrappy and Trillville were already a
Oh
thing.
yeah, definitely, yeah. So we was working together already before that too.
Okay.
But we always been two separate entities. You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
But we already had people going crazy in the clubs, and that's what made BMB want to sign us. So we already knew once we got a chance. Oh, it's over.
Okay.
You give us a chance, it's over.
You were just waiting for that.
But that's it.
And
bruh.
you guys killed it with that opportunity.
Oh, definitely.
I'm going to say, let's talk about the album that we're here to celebrate. 15 years ago, you guys literally shook the shit out of hip hop.
Yeah.
I was in 7th or 8th grade. My older brother used to pick me up to No Problem, Lil Scrappy.
Yeah.
And then we would play Never Ever. That was like our literally daily. We'd drive playing those two back and forth.
Yeah.
And then y'all, and it's so crazy, it still hasn't happened, but for you guys to release the albums together on one, what was the mindset going into that? Whose idea was that? Because it's unheard of.
That was Vince and Phillips.
Yeah,
Come on
slide
in,
in,
VP.
Vince. Everybody, so everyone watching knows this is Vince Phillips, legal, I want to say like attorney of the stars, but you're more than that, Vince. You actually.
Why would they say my name right now on this Zoom? I'm still here. I'm just checking. I'm listening. This is amazing.
This is how you know this man is moving mountains. So I'm gonna quickly introduce Vince. This man is been in the legal side of music. You worked with, if I'm correct, Monica Ewing, right? With Outkast, Goody Mob, Dungeon, and all them.
I was around for all of that.
So you were around for the Dungeon family, and you left law, right? You stopped legal consulting to take the chance with Lil Jon and start BME.
I shut it down. My law office. I was doing my law practice. At the time, I had, of course, Lil Jon and East Side Boys. I was also representing the Young Bloods and Young Jeezy.
Everything I grew up off.
Yeah, and Pastor Troy, a bunch of the early acts. And but I was, watching them develop and watching them grow. We signed Trillville first. He started sending John a bunch of hooks and everything, and the hooks were like amazing. John used many of them.
Wow, that's how it started.
Projects and stuff. And next thing I know, John let him get on the Crunk Juice album.
Yep, and the King of Crunk album too.
Yeah. And then, so like, what? Man, I could sit here and talk to you, both you guys. We could do this literally for 8 hours. You guys define my life. But what, like, for you to become a lawyer, that's about 6 years of school, maybe 8, right? Post high school, about 8 years
after high
school,
you 4 years undergrad, 3 years of law school, so 7 years.
and then like 2 years of like BS work, right?
Hard, and you have to start working.
9 years later, you said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go start a label with this, with my homie John."
I already had this vision, so we were already trying to get B&B off the ground because we were doing Lil Jon and the East Side Boys as an independent label.
Mm-hmm.
So we have been doing that for about 5 years before you ever heard John. He was listening to John because we were big in Atlanta.
Okay.
But it hadn't broken nationally. So before Bia Bia, which was in 2001, we had been about 5 years independent.
Wow, because that's when I was introduced to John. I remember the video with Ludacris. I think they were underwater at the level of the water. And I remember being like, yo, this is some wild shit.
Right. But John at that time was the hottest thing in Atlanta for 5 years. And it's kind of interesting because nowadays an artist gets one hot song and a deal comes.
Yeah.
Right? Back then, they didn't really sign street music from Atlanta.
Oh,
so
yeah.
An artist that was more street could go their whole career and never get a deal back then. And John would have been one of those type artists because, Outkast was a little more hip hop.
Absolutely.
Goody Mob almost had a little bit of a hip hop theme in a way.
A little more street.
Right. But a little more street than Outkast. But then Lil Jon was very street. Lil Jon and the East Side Boys.
Very street.
Right. That kind of stuff didn't get deals. But when we finally got a gold record.
What was the goal?
The gold record was after Bia Bia.
Bia Bia, yeah.
Oh, okay.
On that project. Everybody was like, oh, I want one of those street artists from Atlanta. So we opened the door up for the Pastor Troys and the other really street artists in Atlanta.
Salute to you, man. The courage to put all that, you put your whole life into becoming Esquire, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To put that on hold, to take that risk, and then to set the foundation for Dom P, for Scrappy, for Bone Crusher.
He came to
we
me.
could do 15 of these names. How many people you
I
set
had a number. I
foundation for?
I did my part. Right.
Man.
And it's interesting because when I go places and they say things like, "Oh, you're a legend," it took a while for me to digest that, you know. But I accept the fact that what we did helped open up the door for Atlanta to become what it has become.
Absolutely.
Because during that time when they were not signing the underground acts, Atlanta couldn't really become huge in the hip hop space.
Yeah, they weren't getting the mainstream
Right.
engine behind
You
it.
kind of had to kind of really cater to New York a little bit before that.
Yeah,
Right,
absolutely.
you know, so I was really, I'm really proud to have been a part of that.
As you should be, man. And as a fan of that era, and still as a fan of the work, because you're still working with top acts.
But now it's
I appreciate
NBA
you, man.
Youngboy, Kevin Gates, Lil Baby. Lil
Listen, I'm gonna
T.
give you your flowers now. You're still a young
Right.
man. You got another
Thank you.
50, 60 years to get your flowers,
Exactly.
but you deserve them now.
I'll take that.
Because it takes the risk of people like Vince and even Don. It takes you guys literally risking everything you worked for to believe in something together.
Oh,
to where
definitely.
y'all impacted me, and I got to give you your gift. I know you got to hop back on there.
Yes, guys,
I got a gift.
I never get to stop working.
Yeah.
So,
I
let
got
you guys
to
keep going, but
give you a gift really quick. Right on that chair. Here, I got it. Hold on. All right. Even though you were from Atlanta,
Oh!
even though they were from Atlanta, E40, my ghetto report card.
yes,
Yeah.
This album made my high school lose dances.
Yes.
We got into fights because of it.
He was
if
so
oh,
old.
you are.
yeah, right.
I'll show you where you are.
Producers or
No. You're under legal
Yeah,
on the inside.
on legal,
So
yeah.
what I was gonna say is your impact went from Atlanta, went from Trillville, went from Lil Scrappy, till you guys brought the Bay back.
We signed E40.
You are right here, my man. I was not gonna hand you anything without your name on it.
Yes.
Legal and business affairs for BME, Vince Phillips.
Hey.
Exactly.
But you guys reinvigorated Oakland.
And executive producer.
Lil John. Oh, and you're an executive.
Hey.
What I'm saying, man, is your impact went from Atlanta.
Don't slip.
These dudes revived hyphy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. I love the Bay,
Yeah,
but
that
if
was
it
amazing.
wasn't for
Yeah.
Dum,
Hey.
Tell me when
the
to go.
Bay Area itself, from E40, this is yours to keep, by the way.
Thank you, sir.
I want you-
That's
that's
amazing.
that's
That was-
probably the hardest
I do-
album I've given away.
And it's hard to find.
It is. And that's such a
hard to
slept on,
find.
kids. Both these albums are very slept on, but this one is a classic in the books.
Yeah, definitely.
That's on its way. People are
Yeah.
sleeping on this album,
Mm,
man.
mhm.
Because that album had the same production quality that you guys had. It was the 808s that were shaking the speakers, but it was someone from the West Coast. And we
Right.
just hadn't heard that shit. You know?
Yeah.
People couldn't
yeah.
believe that a producer from down south created those great hyphy beats.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Right? Lil Jon really,
And you guys
really-
revived the band.
But you know, there was a thing between Atlanta and the Bay anyway. So when we were independent, during those 5 years that I talked about before John went gold, it was funny. John would be popular in Georgia, South Carolina, Alabama, maybe Mississippi, parts of Tennessee, and the Bay.
Really?
That's crazy.
Yes, and I don't know why, but for
Wow.
some reason, if
Well-
you watch the radio and the purchases and everything, it was the Southeast and Oakland.
Wow.
So there was always a thing right there.
It was
and,
there.
and just,
Oakland
you know,
showed love, and you guys.
and we turned around and showed love back.
Yes, and
Crazy, bro.
I just wanted to state that, Vince, that you
41.
guys really put Oakland back. And no disrespect to anybody from Oakland if I offend anybody. This came out in 09, right? If I remember correctly?
No, it was earlier than that.
08, 07 or something?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
these, like, it's just crazy. The impact, your guys' BME, your reach came and reinvigorated a different coast.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
As far away as you can get from Atlanta. is
Absolutely.
Oakland,
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
absolutely, bro. I mean, we've been all over the world though. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like people love it everywhere, bro.
But that's what's even yourself,
Yeah.
right? You produced. You had that crazy joint with Kendrick and J Rock.
Yeah.
3
yeah,
watts?
3 minutes of watts.
3 minutes
yeah.
of watts?
Yeah, that shit is dope. That's a rare record too.
Oh,
yeah.
you have rare records
Yeah,
under your belt. Like
I
you
do, bruh.
produced for Gucci.
Yeah, Gucci man. I
Gucci.
got Go Ham for Gucci. I got Bottle Poppin' for Young Jock. I did
You did
Pain
bottle
with teeth.
popping for young Jock?
Yeah, I did bottle pop. A lot of people don't know that, bro.
God.
Let me tell you about that. That I was supposed to be. Well, I'm in the video, right? But I'm still on my crunk shit, right? But the song is called Bottle Popping, right? So everybody dressed up in suits and all this shit, looking nice. I come to the video. I come to the video shoot in a bulletproof vest. No shirt on, no nothing. I just got this bulletproof vest and some shades on. You can see me in the video. Like if you go back and look at it, like I'm in the video, but everybody like all popping bottles and got suits on there. You just see me like with this bulletproof vest on in the back, like
looking crunk.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But how was that? I just gotta ask. I want to be candid. So how was that going from the forefront with some cut, never ever, to being more in the background, right?
Yeah.
Bottle popping is just as much your success as it is Jock.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you're not the one getting the love for it. You're not going on BET.
Yeah.
Did you like the difference there, or did we were like, nah, I want to be up in the forefront?
Well, that goes back to what we were talking about. You know what I'm saying? About I started out as a producer mostly anyway. I wanted to be like a CEO anyway.
Okay,
you
so
know
you
what I'm
wanted
saying?
to kind of be behind
yeah.
the
So,
scenes.
but yeah, no, I didn't want to be, but I take whatever. You know, so if I do a track with somebody, that's just me doing a track. When I'm in artist mode, that's me being artist mode. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it don't really matter. You know what I'm saying?
You still kind of swim between them both.
Yeah.
You just
Always.
dropped the album
Always.
last year.
Yeah. I did. Yep.
Like
yep.
a full album
Yeah,
too.
I
like
did.
An entire album.
Yeah,
man.
I did,
You're
bro.
still kind of juggling both.
Yeah.
Which is that hard? Like when you got a track that you're like, oh my God, I just produced. I'm in my bag.
It is. I'm my worst enemy when it comes to producing.
Right?
Because
like,
I've been made a hit, and it could be for anybody. Like that's huge. Like it could be for anybody, and I rap on it.
Yeah. You got your own version of everything. He got his own version
Right.
of Pop
I could have gave this to Drake, but this me singing on this motherfucker.
But what was it like with the young Kendrick?
Oh man, that was one of my favorite.
He was very young.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite sessions of all time, bro.
Did you know what he was
gonna
be?
So when Warner Brothers put me in the studio with Kendrick Lamar and J-Rock,
and this was
I didn't know who he
before
was.
His major album. This was before Good Kid, Mad City, right?
Yeah, this is before, before that. This
so
is
everybody
right
knows.
before that. Yeah.
Okay.
So I had no idea who Kendrick Lamar was. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in there. Naeem put me in the studio with Kendrick. So
Right.
so I'm in
Naeem Ali, shout out.
Shout out, Naeem.
So I go get the the 5 minutes of funk. So I take that CD, I sample it
dope the way
into
you
a beat.
did that, yeah.
Da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, right, and then I put the boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom. And so Kendrick Lamar go in there. You should already know where that came from. When they hit the top, see the top dog logo. See, but I was like, what in the? I was like, who in the hell is this? I was like, who is this?
Right.
No, like,
I called back to the house. I was like, I don't know who this dude is, but this is the hardest dude I've ever heard in my life.
True story. I used to rap. Like back in the days when you guys were coming out, I produced too.
Wow.
I made music. This is not an exaggeration. I quit the night I met him.
Wow.
Because he was a nobody at the time in the
Right.
sense that he wasn't even Kendrick yet. He had no albums. There was no
K-Dot.
There was no EP even out. OD. Ski, the founder of Dash, was cool with J-Rock. Long story short, I drove up to meet Kevin Durant.
Wow.
And there's this young cat, smaller than me, shorter than me. That's why I always remembered, because I'm like average height. So this dude to be shorter than me with a little hat on.
Right.
He raps so good off the top of his head. I had an epiphany driving home that night where I was like, this isn't for me. No, literally, I was like,
You were like, wait a minute.
Right.
I'm not capable of that.
What am I doing?
But like, I'm trying to make it to the NBA, and I just watched this dude, same age, same size as me, do a triple 360 windmill.
Yeah, he's-
I had that moment too. When I met Kendrick,
That wow moment.
I didn't even realize it was dude till 4 years after that.
Wow.
When someone I think posted the video, and I was like, oh, that's who made me retire?
That's
I was like,
correct.
Just a note, just totally
Yeah,
different
yeah.
note. But there's this kid, Suave. I gotta hook you up with him.
Yeah.
In Atlanta.
He got
Same
it?
kind of thing. Same
Really?
kind of
Really?
Yes. I
Wow.
gotta
You
connect
gotta put
guys
me
with
on,
him.
bro.
Suave, we gotta
you
hear
heard
about
it
this.
first.
Okay, you're hearing
A
it
second,
first right
or
now.
third. First, okay.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
Suave.
So
I
just
like that.
put
For
that
you
in
to
your
go
back
out of your
pocket.
way and say that.
Yeah, I was just
For the
thinking
man
that.
who, man who shaped from your start up to here.
Yeah, for real.
To what's funny is I looked. Monica had worked on Aquemini, not ATLiens.
Monica,
and I
uh-huh.
gave away a Quemini. Otherwise, I would have given that to you as
Oh,
like
that
your
would've been
earlier
nice.
work,
That
you know.
would've been nice. But
But
this
you were,
is strong. This is
Yeah.
strong.
No, yeah, this is yeah.
Nah, I'm glad this worked
is
out.
perfect. You did this right.
So Kendrick, you knew, right?
Yeah.
Now, how about now? Are you still trying to develop artists, sign artists? Are you trying to get back in your Diddy bag at all?
Yeah. I mean, I'm always, looking, you know what I mean? Especially when you got somebody like Vince, like you could call, you know what I'm saying? You always looking for talent and people that's dope, you know what I'm saying? But, right now, the Trillville and Scrappy thing we working on now and
Documentary, right?
Yeah, the
Movie?
documentary, the movie. So I'm really putting that together in a time capsule, and I just want to capture that moment for not only the people that was during that time to enjoy it, but the people that might not have been able to experience
Absolutely.
it. So now they can
Absolutely.
be like, damn, that's what Crunk was, or
Yeah.
damn, that's how they did it, so they can really get the characters and the people.
I'm glad you're doing that, man. Because
Yeah.
what we've seen in these times, I think Kobe Bryant was like the pinnacle of people not getting respect until they're gone.
Right.
And so I think it's great that you're doing that for you, for the other members of Trillville, for Scrappy,
Definitely.
for Vince, for John.
Yeah, and it's everybody in it too.
Yeah.
I call it, people. It's a Trill, but it's from Trillville eyes. It's like from my eyes, because I feel like I came in at a time where I saw everybody kind of coming up at the same
The
time.
shit you've seen, man,
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, so yeah, but it's gonna be dope, man. We're gonna have like shows as well, so like a series, kind of like Wu-Tang got like a series.
Oh,
yeah,
hey.
yeah. So we gonna do all that, man.
And you're spearheading all this, I can imagine.
Man, I'm definitely spearheading
You've always been
all this
spearheading
shit.
everything.
I started. I've been working on it for 2 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when's this all coming out? The album is out now.
Yeah, the album is out
PSPs.
now. The album is out now, and then the documentary probably come first.
Okay.
And then after the documentary, then with everything else.
Everything else is
Yeah.
exciting, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. And
it's-
then Trillville Scrappy Part 2. Everybody
That's
keep
the talk
asking.
right
Wait,
now.
stop.
That's what everybody asking
Stop.
about,
That's the
bro.
talk right now.
Yeah, man.
What do you mean, part 2?
Yeah, everybody
in the
keep
studio?
asking. Yeah, bro.
Convincing me.
Is it already done? Are the records
Nah,
done?
nah.
We just came up with
We
the.
everybody keep asking.
Yeah.
Since we dropped this news, since everybody been streaming the
Yeah.
album that we just dropped, right? The classic album that we
Re-release.
just re-released.
Right.
Now everybody want a part 2.
Absolutely,
It's crazy.
man. That's gonna be tough.
yeah.
That's gonna be tough.
It's gonna
That's
be
like
dope as hell, too.
Bringing like the '96 Bulls back together. You know, you gotta shake off some rust.
Yeah,
There might
yeah.
be some egos involved, but like y'all can figure it out.
Bro,
Everybody's
now
flowing right now.
I'm gonna tell you something. We party, bro. We just a party. Like, we don't be having no ego. Like, we just party, bro.
There's never no beefs between you.
Well,
Scrappy,
I mean, back then we was young.
Okay,
yeah. Oh, I see you.
absolutely.
I see
I'm just saying, there's gonna be some, like, yo, remember that one night, dog?
Hell no, man. Me and Scrappy, look, the reason I have a hangover right now is because of Scrappy. We stayed up like all night just talking, drinking.
Congrats
you know what I'm
to
saying?
Scrap on his child.
Oh,
right?
definitely,
Birth of a
definitely.
child.
Congratulations, Scrap,
Congrats,
man.
congrats.
Had to leave
Number-
early because
number
the baby
4.
on the way.
Hey,
Number 4.
Number 4, man. That's
Yes,
an exciting
sir.
thing, man.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so yeah, you guys are currently doing part 2. Hopefully.
Yeah, definitely.
Not gonna
Yeah. Not
Because
gonna
it's
wood.
not easy. You know what I mean? People assume y'all just go to the studio for a week, put it out.
Yeah.
No, you got to get the machine behind it, create the content. Oh, there's so much.
But I mean,
guys
you
make
gotta
it
get the
happen.
people what they want. Like when people ask you
Absolutely.
for something, it's like you gotta
But
get
wait,
it to them.
we got to
man.
ask Vince. Is John going to be involved?
We're gonna have to get Johnny.
We got to get John involved.
How could
right?
it be without Johnny?
Yeah, it
right?
gotta be John.
Come on.
What about
Because it's
the
King
homies,
of
the
Crunk and
East Side
B&B
boys?
presents.
Got to get the East Side Boys. Got to get Bohagan.
Definitely.
I mean, really, it's
I was-
got to be
The
I want
B&B
China
clique.
White. I want everybody.
Before
Before you walked
everybody.
in,
Pop in.
I was telling Don P, Bo Hagen's verse on Crunk Juice, the second major album,
Right.
where he said, "Who am I? I'm Bo Hagen, being me, represent a heavy center, homie who in as cold as
It's a
the
like
winner,
it
a
says
step
homie.
away
Stick it out.
from.
You like that? I got that.
Yeah.
I've had to program the
Yeah.
don't say the N word over 20 plus years, but
Right.
Bo
Homie is a good
Hagen,
one. Yeah.
Pastor Troy,
Yeah.
Bone
Oh.
Crusher. Oh my God,
You know the
China!
family? You
Yo,
know the
this
family?
is China calling. Pick up your damn phone. Like you got to get everyone
Johnny,
back.
China. You're right. Right.
I pray. I pray to God that to give you guys the ability to get this done because that's hard. You're talking back in the day. You were in your
From your-
early
from your-
20s.
From your lips to God's ears.
It's not gonna be
Pray for
easy.
it. No.
Scrappy got 4 kids. I'm sure everyone now has families and things
Busy
are growing.
doing things,
But
but
Vince, this is this is the final thing you gotta do for us.
you know we.
After this, you're good, fam. The
After
game,
that,
you don't owe the game
After
nothing.
that, I can just do what I want.
Yeah, exactly. You've given this to us,
Okay,
man. This is-
one last thing.
Everyone in my high school and childhood is indebted to you for this. I'll tell you what. seriously
I like
this
that.
album, man.
That's what's up.
This album.
That's what's
Thank
up,
you.
man. For real.
So you got, I know you're gonna have a busy. I know you're both swamped, but Don P is gonna have a relative to these past few years. You're about to be dumbass busy. Still producing.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
sure you're still working on your music.
Yeah, absolutely.
Documentary, shows,
Absolutely.
book. I think you said a book too, right?
I mean, you might as well. I mean, we got the script written, turn the script into a book. Might as well.
Flip that over.
Why not?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, man, this is exciting, man. I want to thank you both for shaping, the music today. Even a lot of, actually, let me ask you guys, what do you guys think about the state of Atlanta now, musically?
Oh, it's amazing.
I love it.
I love
Did
it.
I work with Lil Baby? I think he's amazing. Lil Keed.
Yep.
I love
and what
the
the YSL crew is doing.
I was gonna say what's so beautiful about Atlanta now, and what was beautiful about then when you guys are still, but I'm saying you guys when you guys fucking atomic bombed us, versus even the Dungeon family. Atlanta has always stuck together.
Yes.
That's a problem. Artists in the West Coast, especially artists in New York. In New York, it's almost like every single artist has beef with every other artist.
Right.
West Coast, you see a lot of that. Atlanta, you don't see
You
it.
managed to see it. I mean, the beefs happen, but they're kind of subtle.
Yeah, but
And they're not really brought to the forefront. And also, most of the companies have bosses. And the bosses stay connected.
Yeah,
So as long
Kevin
as there's
Lyles
certain
and-
rules. Yeah, with Kevin Lyles, but even when you think about YSL or QC, you're talking about, you still have a top person who kind of says, hey, my company and this company, we get along. So there's a little beef, we need to figure it out and work it out.
that's a beautiful thing. So that's what it is. Because I'm sure you've seen it. When you guys were coming up, there wasn't beef between Bone Crusher and Trillville.
Nah.
Maybe there wasn't. I didn't see it.
We'll all be on the same stage together, man.
That's
hey,
what-
look, one person win an award, all of us on stage.
Yeah, that's what's so beautiful about Atlanta. You
Right.
even feel it. I was just in Atlanta 2 weeks ago, and got out of the airplane at 6. I got to my hotel at 8 a.m. 30 to 40 people told me, good morning. Hey, good morning.
That's that
how's your
Southern
day?
hospitality.
Hey,
Everybody,
good morning.
you loved it, right?
Walk down the street here in LA, no one's telling you good morning, not once. So there's something in Atlanta, I definitely think
The
that lives
hospitality,
still
something's
today.
in the water, man.
Yeah.
It lives in the water still today, from Lil Baby to Gunna to Thug. Look at Thug, how many people he's literally
Amazing.
brought
Gucci
from his
Man
neighborhood.
still.
Yep.
Gucci still, minus Gucci and Jeezy. Atlanta's had a really good
Right,
history,
right.
but even them, they kind
and
of
then they came together on Versus,
Yeah,
which was dope.
yeah.
Yeah.
So shout out to you guys, man, to both of you guys, and man, Don, you got you still haven't even your legacy. You haven't even scratched the
I'm
surface
trying
yet.
to tell you, bro.
No,
For
you
real.
still got a lot. So where do you see Don P at in the next 10 years?
Oh man, I mean, just man,
15 years
platinum
removed from there.
records, platinum beats. You know what I mean? Platinum songs. You know what I
Grammys
mean?
and all that, right?
Grammys and of course a few movies out. You feel me?
Movies,
I'm the
okay.
down south Ice Cube, man.
Hey, you
know what I'm
heard it
saying?
here first. The Down South Ice Cube.
Let's
like
go,
that.
man.
I
like
respect
that.
that,
Feel
man.
me?
Man, I thank you guys both for hopping in today. We are celebrating Trillville and Lil Scrappy's re-release on DSPs,
Sir.
reliving that moment. We got BME's very own Vince Phillips, the man who risked it all to make it happen.
That's right.
Thank you, man. So nice to meet you both.
Hey, man, I
Man.
appreciate this, bro.
Of course, Vince.
This shit means
Thanks
so
for
much
the
to me.
interview. And thank you for the gift.
Thank you. You guys
Yeah.
keep those. You
Oh, I'm
deserve
definitely
it.
keeping
You
it.
deserve it. You
Yeah,
deserve
yeah.
it. Everybody, this was Dash Radio. Thank y'all for tuning in. Go listen to the album and get ready for that part 2 coming eventually.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
It's
say
coming.
soon. I'm just saying it's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming. Alrighty, y'all. We're out.